This is true. All right. So we're live now. Hi, peeps. Kara Sophia here, and all of my peeps here for. Do I remember the title of this? Misty Fortunes and Absent Hearts. Yes! I remember the title. Cool. Alrighty. So, we have been off for quite a while with wildfire season zapping all my energy and voice and everything. But we are back. I say as I have to pause to cough. Hammerdorn rounds up 100x. Good, 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 good. Yeah, so we are back, and we have our lovely people here, and I won't ask you to tell all about yourselves. I'll just ask you to say hi, except I don't remember the commands, and where are my notes to say what my commands are? Ah, there's my commands. Okay. What? Oh no! Okay, well I'll do Amy's out of date commands first. There's Amy's out of date command. Say that 10 times fast. Amy, say hi. Amadorn, you'll be next. Say hi, because you two. Oops, it didn't work because I can't spell your name. All right, this just AM. Aha! I know my commands. Honest, I do. Enigma, I know Enigma's command. Go for it, Enigma. Say hi. And we have Tom. Nope, I'm not on the wrong. I'm not on the right screen. It helps if I'm on the right screen. Okay, Tom, go ahead. Hello, and we are part of Dirty 20 Gaming. Deku! How could I forget Deku? Last and absolutely not least, Deku's here. Say hi. Thank you. No, Karis is not working. All right, so let's see. Let's get our content warning up and pinned. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn off the music for a minute. We are going to. There, that was a good timing. Okay, so we're going to chat first. So this is our beginners campaign. We have 3 beginners, and I have 2 more experienced players to help as mentors along with me. And we're using the Adventurers League DDAL, the season 4 of Misty Fortunes and Absent Hearts. I'll get it yet. To learn how to play D&D, and we're, I don't know, 6, this is I think our episode 6 or something like that. We're at level 4, if I recall correctly. Yes, we're at level 4. And we've just had a hiatus, which makes this timely to chat about coming back from a hiatus and recaps versus notes versus how important is it to keep notes for recaps and so forth. Refresh on the wrong active window. Okay. So, on one hand, keeping detailed notes makes it much easier to do recaps and get you back in where it is. But there aren't very many people who play D&D because they love bookkeeping. So, I know, isn't that incredible? But it's true. If people wanted to do bookkeeping, they would play Rollmaster. Yes, and I did. Anyways, so on one hand, you want the continuity of the story, and that's always good. But on the other hand, how much effort do you want to put into trying to remember the details of the continuity versus do we have enough information to have fun right now? So, if we were just sitting here from our memories without our notes and trying to remember back to where were, we know that we can look at a few clues. Oh, I had you guys on Erasmo already. Well, I shall shift to the city. I was going to move you to the title map for doodling, and I didn't, and I'm sorry. Oh, I'm out of the habit. So, one thing you can do to help sort of keep a snapshot in time is the map of where you were when you left off. And we left off here in the village of Erasnu, which is in the Svalich Woods in Barovia. And I don't think I ever mentioned that that was the name of the woods because I can never remember the name of the woods. I happened to see it on something about 20 minutes ago. So let me type this in here. Svalich. Svalich. Woods. There we go. I should write it on the thing anyway. So we have sitting here, we have Adric and Mirek at the Burgomaster's house. We have Sigil off in the woods. We have Enigma and Merlin down by the other woods, sort of near the hospice, and we have Thug at the Seven Tables Inn. Don't think we asked any of the townsfolk what they were called. You might have, and yeah, because if you had you done that, I probably would have looked it up. So, so this is the land of Barovia, where we came from Flan. We were out looking for some missing people. There were some mists. We walked into the mist. There was some chaos of people missing and coming and going, and we saw a sign. Each independently saw a sign that said "Welcome to Barovia." When we couldn't, nobody saw each other. Finally managed to get back to each other. We made our way in and found this village. This village that's kind of off in the middle of nowhere in apparently in Barovia that's had all kinds of troubles. And we've done a little bit of people are misting, yes, thank you. We were doing a little bit of exploring because we would like to find a way back to Flan and out of this place. I think very few people wish to spend the rest of their lives here in Barovia. And the first place we went was the Outfitters, and he was mightily concerned because we had his chief hunters that provided the furs and so forth that he sold were missing. And well, okay, so our party decided to go off, and that this seemed like a good thing that we could do then in exchange for room and board for a bit to go off and see if we could find what happened to the hunters. Which we did. We did go off and spend some time. It took a couple of trips out to the woods to the campsite of let's see, Alina and As I can't remember his name. Laszlo, thank you. Okay, I am still coughing. Good to know. We'll take this kind of easy. So we went off. We did find the campsite. We discovered that Laszlo had been killed at the campsite, and it turned out that we learned a tragic story. He was killed by his wife because he had attacked her because although he knew she was a werewolf, he hadn't realized that their unborn child was also going to be a werewolf, and that was apparently too much for the poor Laszlo to bear. Oh dear. I'm going to have to go back and look up the lore. Now, I remember that we discussed this at length in Discord chat. Deku, do you happen to remember how it came out? How it came out and what we determined it was for the baby? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, a capable enough puppy that could run away was a few days old child. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. I think we lost Deku. Yes, yes, we can hear you. 4. You're cutting in and out there, Deku. Yes. Your combat against the trees is truly impressive. Although, to be fair, the trees have been out to get you, so. Go ahead, Deku. You're doing great. Investigating the wine cupboard. Yeah, Glovia wasn't there. The apprentice was there. Zafira, I think. Selena. I can look it up. Anyways, you're doing great. Continue. Okay. Um, one thing that my notes didn't. You guys. Um, that was, and that's the value of a recap is it gets us back in the present of it as to where what we were doing and what the mood was. This is going to bring us to the next topic. However, first I want to clarify one thing that my notes weren't clear on. I know that you were told about a missing nephew. Did you guys go to investigate that yet? Okay, good. I think you heard about it at the hospice and you haven't had much time to tell about it since. That was one of the storylines in there. My notes were not clear as to how far it had gone. Okay. Which brings us to the next topic. Safety at the table. Um, yeah, so as you heard in the recap, there was a bit of arson in the last one. And uh, yeah. So it was kind of clear at the table that that wasn't exactly a comfortable set of decision making, and some people weren't exactly comfortable with the way the decisions went. And that's the kind of thing that can come up in a role playing game. Almost any time you find yourself taking directions you didn't necessarily expect that you were capable of. And there's a couple of thoughts about this. One is it's better to learn these things and to explore these things and to see how trains of thought can take us places. It's better to do that in the safety of a TTRPG game than to find yourself, one court case I was watching recently where a young man had gotten overheated because he was angry about a bet and ended up shooting at somebody 12 times. That's not the kind of thing. That's not how you want to find out you can get overheated and find yourself going down a train of thoughts and you aren't sure how to get yourself out of it. But, and while we might play tabletop role playing games as a safe place to explore these things, if we're not comfortable with where we're making decisions, it isn't necessarily fun. And this brings us to the subject of trust. Meow, what? I'm talking on stream here. No, I can't go feed you right now. I'm on stream now. Um, yes! I'm sorry. Excuse me. The cat wishes my attention. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, trust at the table. The thing about trust is knowing what boundary, how far can you go on topics at a D&D table. And if you're playing Adventurers League, for example, where you may not know the other players, you may not know the DM, that is a pretty low trust environment. You want to stick pretty conservatively within boundaries and not do anything crazy and not push boundaries in any direction and um, words are failing me tonight. But when you're in a group that you've been in for years, for example, and you know that you've gone crazy places and it's well understood, and you know that you're in a party of people who actually like working through these things, who like working through trauma. See our Saturday night game, Dead to Rights, on the Dirty 20 Gaming channel. When you see people who like working through um, dark topics, which we have a horror campaign coming up on Sunday nights. Actually, I shouldn't say anything much about it because I don't know how much has been announced about it on Dirty 20 Gaming. But that doesn't mean every table wants to do that. And so finding out what level you're at when you're with people that are kind of new to the game or kind of new to the group, you might want to go a little gently. And when you find yourself in situations and you aren't necessarily comfortable speaking up at the time, and maybe you don't even know how you feel about it at the time, it's a good idea to sort of drop the curtain, go away for a while, not necessarily a month or more, um, let people process and come back and then actually talk about it and say, what are the boundaries that we want to do? Do we want to be a party of murder hobos? Do we want to be a party that's essentially like a mafia gang? Do we want to be a party that's justice and upright and avoids violence at all costs? Do we want to be who do we want to be as a collective identity? And so this is a good opportunity now for us to kind of chat about it. And I know to a certain extent we're chatting on stream and there might be some things that don't want to be said on stream, but I also think we've had enough opportunity that if anybody had something they wanted to say not on stream, they would have brought it up with me as the DM privately. But it is also okay if something comes up after this session to reach out to me privately. Oh, my voice is not going as far as I thought it was. Thank you again, Deku, for doing that recap and saving my voice. Lots of role play is good because I don't have to be in it. And so actually it might sometimes you want to do the conversation among the players above the table. And I've had groups where, we took time out, we spent our gaming time one night working through issues where someone had felt that instead of their character being attacked, that it was becoming above the table, and as a player they were feeling attacked. And we spent time talking about how our interpersonal relationships were going, and we worked through it. And that is a healthy thing, and that's one of the things that I find are very advantageous about tabletop role-playing groups, is our society doesn't really encourage that level of conversation all of the time. And in the Dirty 20 gaming community, we definitely encourage that level of conversation. And it is one way to have that conversation and work through things and to develop a higher level of trust. So just because we had an arson, we've had some good Lord. My voice is fading much faster than I thought it was going to. Um we can decide as we go on, and just because we've done things certain ways before does not mean we have to do certain ways the way we have, because, and I hope I'm not speaking too generally. Hydrate, thank you. Yes, I'm drinking tea. Excellent. Um, just what we did in the past, we're here to have fun now. We aren't here necessarily to rehash. We want to leverage the fun we've had before into ongoing fun. But we don't need to spend our time now rehashing things if that's not fun now. And I don't think I'm quite as coherent on this as I hoped. Please go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Amadorn. Hmm. Yeah. And I will be honest, I think I conveyed this up front somewhat. I know I conveyed this to everybody after the last session. My table is a high risk, high reward sort of place. I do tend to be overly permissive at my table. I like role play that goes uncomfortable places and works through it. Um, and it's important to know that because when you're getting together a group of people to play, it's important to know whether you have a common understanding of what the rules of the road are for this table, for this game, for this time. And it isn't I do try to convey to people that I don't put a lot of safety barriers at my table, but I am also right there to help work through any issues after the fact with the team. And I'm comfortable doing that. I'm comfortable standing up and having those hard conversations. So, please feel free to speak up if anyone wishes to speak up at this time, about what they think about that kind of an atmosphere, what they're particularly the newbies, what they're sort of learning, if there are things they don't like and wish that we would change for going forward, this is a good opportunity to bring that up. Hmm. 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 And it's us doing it collectively. I mean, these things are always collective. It never, well, very seldom does it come up. Almost never at my table. Because that's something I nip in the bud if someone is maliciously trying to derail or sabotage. That, yeah, it comes up collectively and dealing with it collectively. And this is a little bit of an awkward spot because normally, A, I wouldn't do this on stream with a group, and B, I might handle it with a beginners group a little differently. In this case, I think it's an important topic that beginners should be aware of. That this is a normal part of TTRPG, of playing this sort of thing collectively together. And I am very grateful for how much you've been willing to engage with this on stream. That is speaks very highly of you and of the Dirty 20 gaming community. Deku, I believe you had something you wanted to say. Very much so, yes. Mhm. 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 It can be a struggle. What is your character versus what is you, and sorting that through, and how much do you want to be the character, and how much don't you want to be the character. Um, One of the keys to that is you can communicate either in game or out of game, privately with the DM. Also, co- communicating with your DM about what you want to do with a character. If you want to change directions with a character, if you want to, we get into this all of the time. It's like I wanted to play this, I was going this direction, that was fine, but now it's gone in a place I really am not. I'm not saying this is true with you and Merlin, but this is a reality in TFT RPGs, that you kind of go to a place, this isn't really where I wanted to go, and that's not where I want to play, and I want to change directions. You can just either change directions by creating a new character or by changing. I mean, this is fiction. We can change the character's personality or anything we want to do on that. And the key to that, and still having fun at the table, is very much communication with the other players, because this is a story we're telling collaboratively. Hmm. Hmm. Because how much do you want to invest in story continuity versus how much do you want to have fun going forward? So, thank you very much for sharing. If there was any, speak up now if you wanted to share and didn't get a chance to, or ping me in Discord or something. But I want people to know, and I want viewers to know as well. This is a normal part, despite what you see on Critical Role or on any of the other shows. What goes on behind the scenes. This is a normal part of TTRPG. This is normal. It is healthy, and it helps you have fun. It's how we manage to have the fun in the normal game. Okay? Any last words from anybody before we switch over and actually play the game? Posture check. Posture check. Yes, that'll be a good segue into sitting down again. Okay, guys, posture check. We're going to stretch up to the ceiling and sweep down and back. And tilt. Get some good length in the side. Reach for the ceiling and floor. And tilt the other way. Oh, and we're going to twist. Get. Don't knock your monitor off. Thank you, Amy. Twist the other way. And we're going, excuse me, kitty cat, we're going to bend, touch the floor, get some length in the backs of our legs. Sort of the opposite of how we normally have it when we're sitting. Oh, a couple of shoulder circles are good. And then we're going to drink. And so now our bodies are comfortable. We can settle in at our chairs with our computer monitors. Don't spill your water bottle all over yourself as you're sitting down. Yeah, or your keyboard. Yeah. Yeah, I've never done that. No. Of course, the thing about the not knocking your monitor off is I almost did that one time. It's like, okay, let's add that into the instructions. Alrighty. So, it is evening. We have been having dinner at the Seven Tables. I'll pull everybody over to the Seven Tables. Everybody, Sigil, you have been, I almost forgot, Sigil, you have been out at the, actually I can just sort of move everybody off because we have the party marker here. You were off either sorting through or whatever you were doing with the, excuse me, with the loot that is concealed up here. I think you were both, you were kind of inventorying it, kind of making sure the cache was in a good place. Perhaps evaluating it. I don't think you were necessarily going to fetch it all. There was too much for one person to carry, as I recall. Mm-hmm. Yes? Okay. So we are back at the Seven Tables. We have had some dinner. We've spread some more rumors. The mood of the village is very positive toward the party. I mean, the party was there helping fight the fire. The party helped heal people up afterwards. The party helped people find their things amongst the burgomaster stuff and, helped them retrieve some of their precious belongings. Not everything was found there, but a fair number of things were found there. Um, so the mood, I might even say manipulation. Yes, that would be appropriate. Um, So it's a little bit somber because we've just had a major fire in there, but a little bit jubilant because it happened to the nasty burgomaster that nobody particularly likes. But the overall impression of the party is pretty good at the moment. And go ahead. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, the guards did let you very easily bribe them into leaving their guard posts and going to have a lunch break at the seven tables. And one of the guards afterwards knew exactly what had happened, and I believe was ruefully sort of, standing and sharing comments with Adric afterwards, as I recall. Depends on how far and wide his his or his reputation has spread too. Do the other burgomasters of other villages care that he's corrupt? Yeah. Okay. I do believe near the end. Let's see. So Marku and Krina Grelu, are the proprietors of the Seven Tables, and I do know that near there, Marku came up to you guys and did say, you've been doing all these things around town. I don't suppose you happen to have seen my nephew. My nephew and his friend had gone off to get supplies from another another village, Falaki, and we're overdue back. That way. Let's see. Probably. Let's see. Towards the Quivering Forest, towards the Glumpen Swamp, towards Barovia. This way, towards Barovia. We went out into the wilds up here. Yes. So, the storylines we have outstanding, we have been asked by, I don't remember who we were asked by. We've been asked to kind of investigate the proprietor of the Eyes of Midnight. Uh, oh, so the Tavern Keeper's asking you all sorts of things. He asked you to investigate that, and it's asking you to investigate the nephew. So we have the shady there. We do have some clues and indications that we got at the burgomaster's house towards that end. Let's see, what other open threads do we have at the moment? I don't think we have any other open threads at the moment that you know about yet. This is true. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yes, I think so. Merlin advocating for her. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So, go ahead. Okay. All right, so we're gonna let new the night. We're gonna let the night pass. Then, I believe you have rooms booked here at the Seven Tables. That you're no longer taking Grigory's, the outfitters Grigory's hospitality at the Hare and Hare. Yes, 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 yes. Da. Let's see. um, there is in town. Yeah, one of the villagers definitely would be interested. Um, trying to remember if he's the herdsman who runs the sheep, or if he actually owns all of the sheep. But he would definitely be interested in a horse because as he has his sheep out and about having. I mean, yes, it's a draft horse, but horses are few and far between in this area, and so any horse at all, even if it's not quite a horse for doing that, would be wonderful. So, why, yes, I would be quite interested in that. How much are you looking for it? You should probably is. Um, sorry, that was not directed at you. The curtain is attacking me from behind here. I have a grandson. Cats, grandsons, real life here, folks. Go ahead. And it's currently costing you money in the stables. 100 gold, and the shepherd blanches. I could maybe scrape up maybe 15, but 100. Oh, 100. Well, I guess I can keep walking after my sheep. So, he's starting to turn away. It's like, okay, you don't seem to be interested in haggling. And the villager is starting to look a little hopeful. So 10 gold and order for Sigil. Yeah, yeah. And he'll reach over and shake. Let me go get my money. I shall be back shortly. And he scurries out. Okay. So so he shortly comes back and offers the puts the 10 gold on the table, and he's practically beaming, and he goes over to the barkeep and hands over some money. It looks like it's a number of silver coins. To there, it points over and is offering a meal and drinks, and the innkeep Marku, he beams and says absolutely, and offers and brings over a round of drinks for you guys and food for everybody, and he's gonna go off and bring some stew. And so the shepherd comes over and he's all happy, and it's like, so where do I find the horse? The horse is in the stables. Is it that big one in the second stall down? I took a peek as I walked past. Is that it? Yes, it is. Yes. It's like, excellent. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful people you are. Let me go. I should go tend to the horse now. Thank you. Does it have a name? I shall let my daughter name it then. Okay, I shall let my daughter. Yes, and he bustles off, just beaming and happy and heads out the door. Yep. And you all have your meal for the night. Excellent. Okay, so anything anybody wishes to do tonight before we skip ahead to the next morning? Okay. Do you wish to do that tonight or do you wish to wait till morning? Okay. All right. Who's going to go with? And how are you going to make the case? Actually, make the case to your party members. Or are you just going to leave without telling them?
Ran off into the wilderness. We cannot be sure. We
Oh,
might as well just look in the house. If nothing else, maybe we can get some belongings to sell. It's
you
not like
know,
she's going to come back for them.
I don't know about you all, but I'm getting quite sleepy.
Yeah,
And
it's
Mary
been a
Mary
long
just
day.
stumbles towards the room, one of the rooms they have.
Mm-hmm.
Those buckets were awfully heavy, and she'll head off towards bed as well.
Um, I just need to make a quick note. We are about an hour and 10 minutes in on the recording, and I just went to check relative volume levels and I realized Discord has not been going to OBS.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
Which means, yeah, we needed viewers, somebody to tell us the audio wasn't there.
Oh
Well,
no.
I have the
Oops.
stream open but muted.
Of
Yeah.
course, we all
Same
do.
here.
Okay, anyways, if anybody joins now, and I saw the numbers going up and down, probably people kind of left. Okay, so
Confused.
we're audio live now. I've been audio live the whole time, but
Oh, okay. People have a little bit of context.
But
yeah.
not much.
Yeah.
I knew there was something I was forgetting. This is what happens when you don't stream for over a month. Okay. So let's see here. We were at Sigil and Merrick were heading off to bed.
I don't require a lot of sleep.
Enigma sounds like Enigma's going to join in with Merlin.
I think Edric will as well.
Okay. Alrighty.
Very well then. Merlin will lead the way.
Okay, we're
I
split
think all
party.
three of us have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing, because I don't.
Alrighty. So, going to the Vaduva Trading Post.
Oh no, there's a map for this.
You are right. There is.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
There is a
Especially when
map
the
for
party is
this.
split.
Yeah. All right.
Don't you never split the party.
Never say never.
I'm trying to remember which storyline this is from.
I did just
Here.
make a Justin Bieber reference in 2023.
Okay, this simple rectangular home was never pristine, but now it shows signs of neglect. The birch boards used for its construction have begun to rot and are broken in many places. Coming up, as you come up to it, you can tell that you hear the scurrying of rats or maybe something else, wildlife within the house as you come up to it. The place seems somewhat quiet, however. Um, yeah, however, I will let you check.
I guess it would be a perception check to look for puppy tracks around the perimeter of the property.
Okay. Searching around. Give me a round of survival checks as we're looking for tracks. The place does seem somewhat derelict and abandoned. There are no lights here. Ooh,
Probably
19.
good.
Very good.
Oops.
Enigma's average. And Adric, okay, good. So Merlin is looking around, and Enigma and Adric are looking at each other, I guess.
How you doing?
So you're checking around the sides for puppy tracks. Okay, well, getting around the side, around one side, as you come kind of, let me move your token, as you come around over here, you do see some tracks between the house and the well. They don't look like puppy tracks, but they are not, they don't seem as, I mean, there's been a snowstorm, there's been, things. These are not immediately fresh, but they're not, they are actually there in the snow.
So they would have had to have been made before the storm, or
After,
after the storm, but before this point in time.
mm-hmm.
Odd. Perhaps there is a squatter here. I I guess he would return to his companions and warn that there may be people here. Did that go through?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poor Adric.
Yeah, he's just in his own world apparently.
So, what you gonna do?
Can't believe Adric is stubbing his toe on Merrick.
He's probably still a little distracted.
I am an awfully large target, so I get it.
So, Merlin, there at the window, looking at the window, you do sort of notice, as you've been looking kind of curiously for puppy tracks, but your eyes sort of drawn up along the window ledge, and there are some like jagged marks, scratches, gouges, maybe claws, maybe hard to tell exactly what, um, near the window, and it looks like the window had been forced open.
Merlin would tell the others this, and I guess go over to. Would it be a perception check to listen for something moving around or sleeping inside?
Yes, it would. Okay, and with a 15 perception check, listening around, um, you can hear that your motions around the outside have, maybe disturbed some bats in the eaves. Um, but other than wildlife sort of sounds, you're not hearing anything else.
I guess tell the others to be on the lookout for things and go in or test the front door first to see whether it's locked or unlocked.
Checking the front door, you see more of the similar sort of scratches where it has been forced open. It was locked, however, it does not, I mean, it has been forced open, and so it does not lock now. It does not latch type, so you are able to push the door open.
There has to be a squatter here. I guess.
I'd like to sneak around to the back door.
Okay. Give me your stealth. Ooh, a 22. So Enigma, Adric practically disappears and you can't tell where he went, and there's not even any tracks to follow him with.
What? Where?
When?
Was I just having a conversation with somebody?
Maybe.
Okay, Adric. You're down out of the back window, and you can see the tracks, and you can see the marks. Yeah, you can see the tracks there that Merlin had told you about. Merlin, are you
Okay.
going into the house?
There is one more window to check. Here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one more little look-see.
Okay. Um,
The perception again?
oh, we can keep going off the same perception. It hasn't been very long. So the window is actually the windows are fairly dirty. So you can't tell subtleties, but it appears to be empty and derelict. The back door, Adric, appears to have been forced, but from the inside. And it is also not lockable. Ooh, dancing lights. What are we dancing lights?
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
It was a thought,
It's like
though.
that's one way to, light up the area.
Sounds fun.
I could try it. See what happens.
So, Adric, the tracks, even though on the map it looks like they go to the well, they actually go around the well and off into the woods. Peering down the well, it looks like a well. There's a bucket there. There's a normal. I mean, it does not look like it has been damaged in any way. It looks like a normal well. Merlin, are you going to go into the house? Yes, Adric. A deep subject. Maybe it's actually a pool we're going to dock ships at. Oh, wait, no, that's Lifecraft.
Ooh.
Okay, Merlin.
I guess very carefully open the door, wary that there could be traps.
Okay, so going inside, stepping inside cautiously, I presume?
Yes.
So there's a fair amount of dust around. However, you do see some tracks in the dust that makes sort of a path.
Human tracks. What kind are we looking at here?
Give me a survival check. The dust is disturbed. You can sort of see a pathway through the dust. You can't make out any. With a 6, you can't make out anything. Adric, are you going to go in the door?
To be fair, it's, as far as I'm aware, it's still dark and you can't see detail in the dark. I should have thought of that.
Okay. You can hear, Adric, you hear Merlin moving softly within. So Merlin, as you're looking, you do see kind of a path in the dust that goes, let me get the painting here, that kind of goes this way to the door. That door's open and kind of goes there, and it kind of detours over here to the wall. And the dust looks a little bit disturbed over here, but maybe as if someone had sat there or something, but that's it. The dust does not seem disturbed anywhere else, and none of the belongings in the house seem disturbed. And I don't know what that is.
And it doesn't seem like anybody is here.
No one. It does not appear that anyone is here now. No.
Not even in this room.
Not even in that room. That looks like kind of a workroom where they had done, the tanning and for their furs.
Leather processing.
Leather processing. Yes. The owners of the house seem disturbed too. Yep.
Well, I guess Merlin will sound the all clear and let people know it's okay to come in. And he would ask Enigma if he has anything to light up the place.
And Enigma casts dancing lights, which has 4 lights that go at various places in the house.
Kind of convenient.
You might want to be careful with the light up phrasing, considering this party.
Yeah, that's why I was a little nervous about it.
I will let
As long as we
Merlin.
aren't blazing it.
Yeah, it depends
let-
if it's magical or pyro in nature.
Edric will let Merlin and Enigma know about where the tracks go to the well and then go off into the woods.
Yep. So Enigma, what are you doing?
Look, I'm probably gonna enter the house, see if I can see anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check and or a survival check, depending on what kinds of, or investigation. So if you're trying to get sort of just a general overview of the place, either perception or insight would work. If you're trying to identify things like tracks, you would use survival. If you are kind of trying to look and examine items and sort of like if you were trying to look to see if it looked like something was missing or something like that, you would use investigation. So whichever skill you
Merlin would
use
point out
determines
this-
what I will tell you.
Merlin would point out this thing
Where it looks like it's
the
disturbed.
dust was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so investigation, you're looking at around objects, and so checking in the cupboards and the shelves. Nothing seems to be missing. Given what you know about Deku, can you unpush to talk for just a sec?
I don't. It's stuck. I don't know how to get it off.
Okay, well, we'll live with it. So nothing. So what you knew was that oh, thank you. So it seemed that the couple had left to go hunting, to go on a hunting trip, and had not been back yet. And that's kind of what the belongings look like. You know, there's nothing that was fresh here. It looks like the place was set aside for an extended absence. Nothing seems to be of taken. Nothing seems to be out of place. Adric, for an insight of 11, you know how a house can sometimes have a disused feeling or a used feeling? I mean, this place does kind of have a disused feeling, and the path in the dust just sort of seems to just be like traffic without any obvious purpose to it. Okay, so what are you guys doing? People are muted if you if you wish to speak about what you're doing. There is no, to Merlin's interest, there is no evidence. Let me look.
No pup to be found.
No
No
pup to be
tracks.
found.
It just looks like somebody broke in, looked for something, and left.
Yeah. Now, it is possible with your earlier 19 survival when you were looking at tracks, puppy tracks could potentially have been obscured under it. So it's kind of inconclusive on that front. But there's no general evidence, like there's no evidence that a puppy had been bounding around in the snow outside um, or burrowing into anything or anything like that. And there's certainly no sign inside the house.
And the supposed claw marks around the window where it was forced open, that seemed to be point of entry.
Yeah, it looked like
Was
both
that
this
just
window and this door were forced from the outside. This door was forced from the inside.
forced with tools or with inhuman appendages?
It doesn't look as clean as tool marks. Maybe inhuman appendages like claws or something. I mean, Merlin, do you have talons as well? You might. Maybe.
Yeah, but he's not strong enough to go at a door like this. So that's suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And the wall where it's all there's nothing about it. It just looks like somebody just sat their butt right there for a little bit and then left.
Yes. Possibly an extended time, or possibly more than once. The layers of the dust are a little unclear on that point. Especially with your 6 survival check. It's been long enough. If you wish to make another survival check, you may. Because you've had some time to think about things and process things through. You might be looking at things a little differently.
Can I do that before or after investigating this chimney for stuff?
Either way. Hi! Mike, is it? Do I recall that correctly? Troglodyte on Twitch? Another posture check here. You can do it either way, and Enigma, you can also choose what you're looking at with that investigation of 14. Yay, I remembered correctly. Hi. So Enigma, if you also wish to investigate the dust over there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so between the two of you, we're going to do a little bit of a posture check here. We've been sitting for about, I think, 45 minutes since the last time we did a posture check. So we're going to stretch up and stretch back. It is important to have good physical health, and thank you, Mike. And stretch, tilt, tilt the other way, twist without knocking off your monitor, twist the other way, pet the kitty cat. Oh, and we got to bend. Oh, sort of stand up to get some length in the backs of your legs, which when we sit aren't really done. Oh, couple of shoulder circles, and my cup is empty. And drink. Hang on. This isn't exactly fluid, but it's caffeinated fluid, but it will work for the moment. Ah, yes, thank you for looking out for the peeps. Alrighty. So with that, we're looking at around the chimney and possibly the dust area. Enigma, you can tell me where you're looking specifically if you're investigating the dust areas too.
Yeah, I am. I'll be investigating it, especially where that is an absence of dust. Seems a little off.
Okay. Not only does it seem a little off, it seems like layers of dust. So it kind of seems like, there was kind of a void and a little bit of dust, and then dust was somewhat disturbed, and a little bit of dust and somewhat disturbed. You might figure that, perhaps it was something that had been done multiple times over time. Merlin, about the chimney, the hearth and chimney area. It looks well set up for cooking and for cooking meat as well. It looks disused. The chimney's in good shape. The flue seems fairly clear, opens pretty easily. Yes, kitty cat, I'll pet you. Meow yourself. Okay, I'm petting you. There do not seem to be any secrets there. Looking at things, there are a few keepsakes on the mantelpiece. Nothing seems particularly of note or significance with anything else that you know.
So, by all accounts, it seems like somebody broke in here and keeps coming back to this one little spot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a fair assessment to make?
Mm-hmm. Without disturbing anything else in the house.
Is there any sign of how recent that was?
Sigil, you're not here.
So, what you guys
That's a good
gonna
question,
do?
though.
What was that?
I was gonna say that is a good question, though. Is
And
there any way to tell how long it's been?
With Merlin's 22 survival looking there, the last sort of disturbance of the dust was pretty recent. We're not talking a week or more. We're talking maybe a couple of days, maybe. We haven't had dust settle into the main tracks yet.
This kind of feels like the whole going into an abandoned house and the kettle is still on.
Right.
Suspicious.
Right. Nothing like
Where
that.
it looks like they just left things they were going about the day and just suddenly left. Creepy. But yeah, this is weird. And it's too late in the night to go investigating the tracks by the well.
Okay.
It It could be Alina, and if that's the case, she's breaking her promise on to avoid the town.
Isn't it the same day in character?
Yeah, that's the thing I was about to bring up.
This
So
would
I
have been
guess
before
this
the
is
promise.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think it was probably yesterday. I mean, we're in the evening, so it was probably like a day and a half ago, given the travel time back to Erasmus.
Still, even given that, she would have had to loop around us and beat us back to the town. So, benefit of the doubt, maybe she visited this house shortly before we went to encounter her. And if she stays away, then she's not breaking her promise. So I guess that's something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
But it does seem like we're not going to find the pup here, so we might as well just leave it be and go to our rooms for the night.
Okay, taking the party back to the village map. Mirik and Sigil, have you done anything other than just going to sleep at the Seven Tables?
Possibly got the noise complaint from the wall sawing. Log sawing.
Maybe nursing a drink because I'm too. I don't want to spend money on a second one.
Okay. Okay. So, as we gather the next morning, what's the plan for the day?
Well, we probably ought to discuss our findings with everybody.
Yeah, the oddness of the not so abandoned house. Also, I feel like we've gotten off track in trying to find our way out of this place and back to Flan.
Yeah. So
If magic brought us here, then perhaps magic will take us back.
on that line of thought, Siegel would probably suggest the mission. Was it the apothecary that was missing?
I was going to suggest the Eyes of Midnight. He seemed to have unusual things in stock.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
So Glovia had been out of town. She was the one who had been. So what you know about Glovia is both that she was from the big house. Let me shift ping that. She was from the big mansion house up on the hill outside of town. So it was sort of the noble the local closest we have to nobility other than the burgomaster. Um, and that she, what else do we know about her? I don't remember what I've told you about her, but she
Runs
tends
the
to be,
apothecary.
she runs the hospice area. Yeah, she has the apprentice there at the hospice. So she's kind of known to be something of a benefactor to the town. She has been away, might be overdue back, but that's also explainable by the storm. Nobody is particularly worried about her at this point.
Yeah. So my thought then is go look in at the Eyes of Midnight first, and then look into locating her on the road is just a source of knowledge of how did we get here, how do we get out. Just someone with family connections like that and that kind of knowledge might have some insight that this has happened before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
Mirik is ready to follow along.
Okay with it.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. So about mid-morning, let's see, the group's back together, so we can go back to using the party token. So it's about mid-morning as you are approaching the Eyes of Midnight. There's a carved birch sign outside. Lots of birch in the area. I mean, obviously, a lot of the forest trees around here, that's kind of the local resource. So you're seeing a lot of birch around the village. So the sign here at the Eyes of Midnight, it looks like a close-up of a raven's head with the pupils painted to look like a full moon, which is kind of cool. Hangs above the doorstep of the wooden shop. And it says, "The Eyes of Midnight, Baubles and Beyond." So I assume you guys are going to step in. Anything special, or you're just going to go in and see what you got?
I guess just go in like I'm a regular customer.
All
Guns
right.
ablazing. No guns though.
Sigga will follow.
I have my curtain is attacking me again. With mischievous grandson. Giggles! Okay, hang on. You can't knock over the frame, please. Chaos. Okay, so as you step in, it is kind of mid-morning. As you kind of go in and you take a look, there's an eclectic selection of trinkets and baubles and things you might use to sort of decorate your home or give as gifts or things like that. Behind the counter is what looks like I mean, the jingle of the doorbell doesn't seem to interrupt. I mean, there's a tall man. Excuse me, I need to banish a small grandson. Okay. Let's see here. A tall man who runs the shop and who is casually talking with a young man in kind of a wolfskin cap at the standing there. They seem to be doing a transaction. They've got kind of a box of things, and it looks like they had just handed some jewelry and a few hand tools. It looks like that had just changed hands. As you're looking around, you're seeing all sorts of trinkets and oddities is a good way to describe it. Um, Tell me what you're looking at or looking for.
Well, I guess a wolf pub is out of the question.
Yes, this is not a place to find.
Unfortunate.
This is not a pet shop.
Maybe anything.
One thing in common about the bauble. No, I'll let you guys decide what you want to look at and what you want to know.
Maybe anything that's out of place.
Out of place. Give me an insight check.
Or just whatever catches a gem dragonborn's eye.
I mean, that works.
Yeah, a natural 20 on insight. Excellent. So the things that would catch, there's actually quite a lot here that would catch a gem dragonborn's eye. Lots of shinies. Lots of things. Not necessarily expensive, though a few things. There's quite. The common thread is more shinies. There's quite a mix of valuations of things that are worth more and things that are just, trinkets. There doesn't seem to be any organization around that. It's mostly around the shinies. Okay. So Enigma insight. So the young man who is doing the transaction there is seeing you all come in. He's lifting his sort of box that's got some common household supplies, and he kind of does a little gesture up to his cap as he starts to leave. What's out of place in this shop is the box that he's carrying of the things that are in there, common household goods. There is nothing like that in the entire shop.
That's a little strange. I ask him what he has there. Maybe he'll answer.
Oh, you approach and ask him. Hello, sir. Just some things out doing some basic shopping, and as he's talking to you, he's still kind of trying to edge nervously over towards the door.
I know
Merlin would
Merrick
block
doesn't.
him.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Merrick.
go first.
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
Oh.
Deku.
I was just going to say Merlin would linger in the door to block him.
Okay. And go ahead, Merrick.
Yeah, could Merrick do? I know it's not his speciality by a long shot.
Uh-huh.
But do an insight check to see if there's any people acting odd.
Give me an insight roll. Sigel's highly distracted by the shinies. I kind of thought that might be what the wisdom save. I use wisdom saves like that too.
Yeah.
So it's an absolutely average insight. And let's see, you're looking into people acting oddly. Well, the young man that Enigma is talking to seems to be very uncomfortable and trying to edge his way out of the store.
Hmm.
Well, I could ask the guy, what's the rush?
Just finishing. Finish my shopping. Need to get home with my daily chores. Excuse me. Nice to see you. And he starts moving away from you and comes face to face with Merlin in the doorway.
I think we have a few more questions to ask you.
Could everyone please give me a round of perception checks, please?
Right, it's just a regular.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
Did I scratch my eye or something?
Well, I mean, you're kind of looking, you've been doing the insight and kind of looking at behavior, and you're not noticing anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's everybody. Okay. All right.
I feel like a Nat 1 that's like a stretched cornea or something.
Maybe.
Real bad.
There's other senses, too. All right,
Maybe in a harder core setting, there would be a penalty for Nat 1, but I don't think a beginner's game is the place for that.
No, definitely not. So Enigma, so he has just as the young man turned away from you, and came face to face, you notice a slight whiff of decay. So Merlin, the young man has come up face to you, sort of bobs his head, touches the edge of his cap. Excuse me, ma'am. Sir. Excuse me, sir. Sorry. I have to remember that Merlin's male. Giz, thank you for the resub.
I guess being a Kenku, for most humans, it would be difficult to tell apart, so all Merlin does is raise a little birdie eyebrow at him.
And
And
the young man kind of tries to step to the side and tries to sort of reach around you toward the door.
I mean, he can see that this person is acting shady, but he can't really see a reason to deter him any longer. I guess he's more interested in the box of goods that he dropped off.
Well, he's still holding it.
Oh.
He's holding the box.
Was dropping it off.
No, he picked it up. He's holding it as he takes it out.
So,
Merrick has a question.
Ask.
Well, not quite a question. But I had an insight check into any suspicious people. How suspicious was he? Because you said that I could notice him being suspicious.
Well, you noticed him behaving oddly. His behavior caught your attention, and he's
Okay,
behaving like he's behaving like he's trying to get out, like he's trying not to engage, like he's nervous about you guys, nervous about people being here. Not necessarily you guys specifically, but he's nervous about the others here.
so it does sound like something where if Merlin stepped aside from the door, maybe Merrick would step in his place. Not to force him, but if Merlin steps aside to let him pass, I do think Merrick would
Okay.
take his place.
So it looks like you're kind of edging there too, kind of between him and the door. The young man kind of. Go ahead.
Merlin would kind of tilt his head curiously and like squawk at him in Auran and pretending not to speak common.
Okay.
Me or Merrick or the weird guy.
Just to serve as a distraction for somebody else to.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm trying to pass through. I've concluded my business. You're just coming in. You probably want to talk to the shopkeep filler over there. Excuse me. Can you let me through?
Oh, sorry. This is just a perfect leaning place. Like my shoulder really hurts, and this wall, it's perfect shape.
Give me a deception check.
Shit. You got me.
Let's see. Oh, actually, a 15 deception. You pull it off like it's natural. Yep. And he's not paying a lot of attention. Okay, so are you moving out of the way for him then? How about Merlin?
I'm still leaning in the door frame.
I guess Merlin would take his cue from Merrick and lean on the other side.
Okay. So let's Enigma, are you still watching all of this? What are you doing?
I'd probably put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Hey, I have a few questions for you."
Oh, that's quite alarming. Let's quick get a Sigil and Adric. What are you two doing?
Sigil was in checking out the some of the shinier wares and finally looks up and notices the party accosting this guy.
Okay, and what do you make of that?
She'll move over to help surround the guy.
This is a very large door frame.
I mean,
how about Adric?
I think he was deeper in the shop already, so like she
Yeah.
moved to check out some of the products. So
Yeah, and you've already identified which ones are of value and which ones are not. Adric, how about you?
Are there any chairs nearby?
No, there are not. There's the kind of counter couple of ways, and then there's a couple of covered like display places.
Crate.
Crate, you can definitely find a crate. What do you need?
I will pull the crate out and set it in the middle of the room and say, why don't you have a seat for a moment and take a load off and reach for the box.
And at this point, the shopkeep is he has sort of a fluttery manner if you look at it, and he's a tall, thin man, got a long, crooked nose, so kept sort of fluttering. Excuse me, folks, are you looking to do some business here? I'd be happy to serve you.
Hush. We're busy.
He blinks several times. Excuse me? This is my shop.
Merrick is just making a lot of different noises that I'm not myself capable of making.
Okay, and he puts his hands on his hips, and it's like, if you are not here to transact business, I must ask you to leave, please. And the young man is taking advantage of the distraction to try and sort of move around Merlin and grab the doorknob.
Is the box he has covered, or is it like open for him to see into it?
It's open. You can see that there's some common household goods in there.
Like actual good silver or just some plain old run
Like
of the mill stuff?
like brushes and cleaning supplies and a hammer, and it's just, very useful items.
So, not particularly valuable looking, they're just plain old mundane, any old peasant would have this stuff?
Yep.
I guess. Would it be some kind of check to make a point of remembering this guy's face? Or maybe to make sure he's not using some kind of magical disguise or any disguise to
If you're okay, so I'll ask for insight if you're scrutinizing them. If you're particularly looking for magical type disguise, give me Arcana.
cuz I know for some illusions it's like an intelligence check or
Um,
investigation check.
it could be, yeah, any of these things. It's like use whatever skill you want, and what information I give you will go along with whatever skill you're using.
I guess since wisdom's my thing, I'll go with perception.
Okay. Oh lordy,
Oh wow.
with a 21 of perception. Okay, so tell me again. You're using your wisdom, so tell me again what you're looking for. What are you paying attention to?
I guess. What would it be?
So
I
you were
made the roll
looking for
without thinking about
deception.
it.
So you were looking for deception. You were looking for disguise. You were looking for. That's still true.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 21 perception, you notice. You notice that the color of his skin is very pale in a way that, like if someone was very, very cold, it doesn't have the normal, flesh, especially given that he's dressed in, he's got a fur cap on, he's got a fur coat on. Given how warmly he's dressed, he doesn't look warm. You are noticing that there is something in not right. It's almost like the movements, as these movements and his gestures don't quite match what you're seeing. Like there's something kind of off potentially with illusion or disguise type of thing, potentially. It's the things you're seeing with the 21 perception. This guy, the details look off to you.
Would if he's reaching around me for the door, would I be getting that slight whiff of decay?
With a 21 perception, yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Okay, which one is this? This is detect thoughts. Okay, so you're getting the surface thoughts. I assume you're casting this on the man you're examining here.
Yes.
All right, surface thoughts. Surface thoughts. He would be.
Annoyed at you.
Probably.
Maybe panicked if he thinks
You're
he's about to get
picking
caught.
up. You're picking up alarm. A bit of desperation, a bit of determination. The surface thoughts are very much needing to get out of here, and he's got someplace else he wants to go, and the more that he's kind of in this, the stronger he's feeling that okay, he's got to go, he's got to get out of this, he's got to get to the other, whatever the other thing is. You're not picking that level of detail up. Okay, so let's see. If it succeeds, if you probe deeper, are you going to probe deeper?
Yes.
Alrighty. Wait a minute. How did I end up there? Back here. Okay, let's see. So he is now going to know that you are doing this, but you gain insight into his reasoning, if any, his emotional state, and something that looms large as his mind. Okay, there are two things looming large in his mind. The first thing that is looming large in his mind is an ornate snuff box. And another thing looming large in his mind is a person, Glovia, and getting to her.
Glovia, is that a name we know?
Sounds familiar.
Isn't that the
Yes.
That's the
owner
missing
of
hospice woman.
Yep.
yeah, the owner of the hospice?
And the ornate snuff box is supposed to be Tatiana's powder
That's what I was
box.
thinking, yeah.
Okay. So now he's going to realize this was here. He is going to turn towards you with alarm in his eyes. And he is going to turn and he's going to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check. I'm not sure what his intelligence modifier is, but we'll see if the rolls are close. So an intelligence check, there's the intelligence save part. You want to be over by where your stats are, and kind of hover over it till you find a place where you can click on it to roll.
It's the name of the stat is where you click.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, the name of the stat over along the left. Yes, that is perfect.
Ah.
12. Okay, so the spell ends there. You've gotten that much and the spell ends. And at this point, he turns and he is shoving his way past Merlin to grab the door to leave. What are you guys doing?
Before he leaves,
Mm-hmm.
Mirik would probably just say or address the authority here. The guy was very mad at us at the
The
moment.
shopkeep? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong place. I'm heading out." With the intention of following the shady character. So just
Okay.
not.
So you're
drawing
essentially
attention
gonna
to myself.
let him go by you, and then you're gonna slip out afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Adric is kind of looking around at the group at body language to see if it looks like we're stopping him or not. What are we doing? Let's start with Merlin.
Should I roll deception?
Not yet. You
Okay.
will be rolling stealth, but not quite yet.
Yeah, Sigil isn't entirely clear on why we're messing with this guy, but she's gonna follow group lead.
I
I'm
guess
get.
the logic is he runs, we follow. And because of the snow, it shouldn't be that hard
Okay.
follow him. So Marlon is willing to let himself get pushed aside and
Okay.
will follow.
Okay. Sigil, I didn't quite catch what you said. There was some feedback, and I missed some of it. Could you please say?
Sigil's not entirely sure why we're messing with this guy, so
Mhm.
she's just gonna follow the group's lead here.
Okay. Okay. And Enigma. Oh, go ahead, please. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
And just file away those shinies she was looking at for to come back and discuss later.
Okay. And Enigma.
I'm kind of curious on where the person goes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm gonna go ahead and let them follow their lead.
Alrighty. So as a group, we appear to be Adric. It looks to you like they're going to let him out. Okay. So the young man goes out, and as he gets out and he heads down the two steps or whatever to get down to the street, he kind of glances behind him. Does he know, are you guys moving towards him immediately, or are you going to let him get away a little bit first? What does he
I would
I would
see?
say
let
give
him-
him a couple steps.
Okay, so when he turns
Like-
back to kind of glance back, he sees that you guys are still watching him. Ooh.
Merlin's not watching. Well,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay. Ooh, Adric. Okay. The fluttery shopkeep is suddenly no longer alarmed and is quite, oh, absolutely. What can I do for you? It is very positive on you. It's all is forgiven. And hey, would you like to look at any of these things? Alrighty. So
What was that young man's name?
you turn and ask the shopkeep.
Yes.
That it was Eric. A local who's been doing some business with me. Eric,
Is he not your new business partner?
why, yes. I mean, well, supposedly. I mean, he's a supplier of mine. I'm not sure what you might. Where would you have heard that? In any case, yes, he's a supplier of mine.
Is that a name we know?
Eric.
What was the nephew's name?
The nephew's name was Vasil.
Oh, okay.
You know, Merlin's right. You had heard about Eric Lavis as being a business partner. The only thing I think you've heard of him is that he was a new business partner of the shopkeep at the Eyes of Madness.
And that after teaming up with Eric, the shop got even shadier than it was before.
Yes. Okay, so the young man has gone down, turned to the left to head down the street this way. What are you guys going to? How far are you going to let him get before you start following him? Tell me what you're doing.
I guess give him like a 30-foot head start or so and then go.
So he kind of, as he sort of walks that way, he starts by walking, starts that really sort of fast walk where you're not quite running, and the body posture is your chest's kind of back as you kind of are sort of scurry walking forwards, and as he gets kind of a little further down past the edge of the shop, he just takes off and runs.
I mean, Merrick is fast.
If
Very fast.
Merrick starts running, Sigil will start running.
All right. So, oh, I should put on some music. I forgotten to put on music.
Remind me what-
All right, and the chase is on. So, given your relative speeds, Merrick is definitely going to outpace him and catch up within a few rounds. Sigil's going to be a little bit further behind. So if you are chasing after him, what are you going to do when you catch up to him? I need to lower that volume a little bit.
Merrick has kind of been starved of violence for a while, so I'm thinking, like, maybe taunt him a little bit before catching up to him, and then completely jump tackle him.
Jump tackle. Okay, so what is everybody else doing? I might need to take us to another map here. Here we go. We have a miscellaneous encounter. Oh, I should actually move you to a miscellaneous encounters page.
Starved for violence sounds like Sigil right now, so yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna have Merrick's gonna be out in front. Sigil's gonna be a little ways behind. The others are conferring as they hustle along behind. Adric, though, are you separating off to be more stealthy? I need some sort of a token here for this guy. Let's see.
Forgot I turned my mic off. I was eating chips. Because everybody's chasing after him, I'll chase after as well, but I'll be at the end because I run slow.
Short legs.
Okay.
I'm a dwarf.
Yep.
We are the natural sprinters.
Oh, wait, that's not the right token. Well, this token will work. Let me take off this. That token will work. All right. So, Merrick, as you're going to get up, you're going to taunt at him. Give me like some sort of charisma checks. Intimidation would work. And then give me athletics. All by athletics. Alrighty. So, his athletics. Oh, okay. You tackle him down to the ground.
I
Then
promise
what?
I'm not trying to break his neck.
Okay, good, good. Let's just tackle. Okay, well, you have tackled him down. He is prone and you've got him down. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna wait for the others to catch up.
All right. Sigil, you get there first.
Maybe still taunting him a little bit.
Okay.
How big is this guy again?
He's a little bit on the slight side. Oh, I need to roll a... actually, Merrick, roll a d20 for me.
Yes.
He's a sort of medium-sized guy, kind of slight build. Okay. Noted.
So, hang on, I'm just checking something on Hero Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have 2 Amethyst Dragonborns I've made in Hero Forge, and one of them is much taller than the other.
Sigil is somewhat tall. I mean, what are you looking for in the relative heights?
She's 5'8". I'm just thinking how large she is. She's coming
Okay.
over to, she's just gonna come over and sit on him until the others catch up.
Okay.
Merrick is like 6'3", 4-ish.
Yeah. Okay, so Sigil and Merrick are sitting on him. The others, as you come up. Actually, roll a d20 for me, Sigil.
Oh, let me... Yeah.
Ah! Okay, there's a little bit of jostling as you sort of sit down, and he is now in a panic and is trying to wiggle out from under the two of you. But between the two of you, I'll say you've got him somewhat restrained here. Okay, the others are coming up. What are you doing?
Would Enigma have shared the fact that he saw the name Glovia in this man's mind?
I think he got away before I could say anything.
No, but as you guys were coming to catch up, let's see, Merlin had written here would fill in Sigil and Adric on the oddness detected. So you guys have been passing information briefly as you're coming.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. So once Adric catches up, we're now tying this guy up with rope.
She's not gonna do the knots because that's an intelligence check, and she doesn't have the relevant proficiency.
Okay.
Know which battles you're gonna lose.
So she'd be rolling it at a -1.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We've had some good rolls with a -1 stats here.
I've only rolled in that one once.
But okay, so as you're coming up, you've shared information about the oddness you've detected in him, about that he had dominated in his mind 2 things, the snuff box and Glovia. Fourteen's pretty good. Above average. Okay, so what are you guys doing? You've caught up, catch your breath.
So why are we chasing this guy?
I don't know,
He has
he was
information we need.
weird.
I detect the smell of decay on him, and Enigma saw the artifact that people come to this town for and Glovia in his mind. I want to know what this man is to a missing woman.
And you're not going to mention the smell of decay you detected?
I did. I guess Discord is fucking me over right this second.
I might not have heard it. That might have been on me too. So, sorry.
So,
Also, he was acting weird.
Merlin,
Merrick needs an excuse for being violent.
Merlin, I think with the oddness that you've seen, with the jostling he's had between Merrick and Sigil sitting on him and looping rope around him, you would notice that the wolfskin hat has been dislodged just a little bit. Excuses.
I guess go ahead and take the hat off like a Scooby-Doo villain. Who's under the mask?
All right, who's under the mask? So, taking the mask off of him. All right, where's my...
Part of me wants to ask how fresh the wolf cap is.
Really? I don't have one anywhere in here.
Because I hear wolf cap and I think the wolf pup.
Jail.
Here we go.
Jail for Amy.
Okay, so as you snatch the cap off of his head, the form changes, and you have a... It helps if I use the right keys. And you have a clearly undead person here who is scrambling and trying to get away from you. Let me give him a d20 roll and see how successful he's going to be before you guys start contesting it. Roll d20. 17!
Okay.
You guys, he's actually pretty powerfully trying to get away. Oh, actually, I can use his
Guys.
stat sheet now.
Did I not tell you he was acting weird?
Yeah, it's a nice hat of disguise, though.
Okay, yeah, give me some rolls if you're going to contest him trying to break away. With the, okay. Siggles-
no.
I was about to say you could have some advantage with the rope, that you could grab the rope, but Siggle's got this covered. Oh,
Yeah,
Siggle and Merrick
think-
have got this covered, right.
I think he's fucked.
No.
Okay. And he is snarling at you as he continues to struggle.
I will
Still holding the
snarl
hat.
back.
Merlin would want to kind of ask him, what is your relationship to Glovia?
I'm not answering anything for you. And he's struggling to get a hand free.
Anyone
I
else?
pull out my shadow blade
You can
for
absolutely.
intimidation.
Ooh, okay.
Siegel's gonna pull out a silver coin.
Okay, so we have the carrot and the stick here. Well, what are you doing?
Slap him with the stick.
That's not meant to be Kara. It's just see if he reacts to.
Oh, to
Silver.
Oh.
silver.
Darn.
No, he does not react to silver.
Alright. So put it away.
Okay. Although you do notice, Merlin, you do notice he's got kind of clawed hands. Oh, I can take this away. Let me take that token out of the way because you got this token.
I feel like Merlin would know something about this sort of creature in his training.
Yes, yes, undead. As a cleric, you would have definitely learned about undead.
Yeah, it's the city guard. I don't think the city guard are.
Would
So-
it be a check to learn what kind of undead this is and how it differs from the typical zombie?
Give me a history check. I would allow a religion check instead. Because I think, is religion wisdom based?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Intellect base.
Oh, intelligence based.
Yeah, that's dumb. I mean,
So
you
I
can
would
roll.
allow, yeah, a wisdom based, anything wisdom based with proficiency.
I'm trained in religion, though.
Go for it.
You can substitute. The DM can ask for a substituted attribute.
Yeah.
Like, not tying is the example call out in Xanathar's. It's sleight of hand intelligence.
Yes. Go ahead and
So
give me
we
your,
actually-
yeah, give me your religion
So
check.
I could make a religion check, but instead of intelligence, I could add my wisdom modifier.
Yeah. What's the difference between your intelligence and wisdom modifiers?
I think it's a difference of 1.
Okay. So roll religion and we'll add 1. You can just roll religion as is, and we'll know to add 1. Deku?
Sorry, my wisdom is 4 and my intelligence is 1.
Okay, so we'll add
So-
3. Roll religion and we'll add 3. Brings it to average. Okay, well, so some of the things that you might know, there was something in your memory triggers about that this thing can potentially control other undead. And in fact, as he is struggling, he is going to kind of reach out and almost sort of bite at Merrick. Merrick, does a 22 hit?
Rude. Yeah.
Give me a Constitution save.
That is there.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Okay, so your hit point maximum is reduced. Now, part of the way to track this is, are you? I'm trying to remember. Are you using Roll20 for your sheet, or are you using?
Yes.
Okay, so in roll.
Yeah, I am.
So in Roll20, the way to track this, player characters. Merrick.
Reminder that I did an aid roll or aid cast earlier.
yes, I cast 8 on Merrick, so he has plus 5 to his normal max HP.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, so that will negate this out. Okay, never mind. We'll get to that another time.
completely negate or
Thank you. Yeah, no, it'll negate it because it's going to
Oh.
be 5 temporary HP, but I'll let that be taken. And this is supposed to reduce your maximum, but on the other hand, given the undead nature of this and what is going on with the necrotic, I'm going to allow the aid to buffer against the life drain of the white.
I had clearly jinxed myself earlier when I said I only rolled 1. Not
Yes, yes, see? You've now doubled that. All right, so that's one of the things that you've just discovered is that it can, it's clearly doing that. Yeah, it's clearly trying to do the life drain, and you would recognize that that's what was going on. So,
Have we rolled initiative yet? I feel
we've
like
not,
this is
and
initiative.
that's about, yeah, that's exactly where I was about to go. So let's roll some initiative. Do I have his tokens selected? I do not. Initiative. There's initiative.
Let's see now. I do remember how to roll initiative.
So on your sheet, it's...
Wow.
Yes, you remember how to roll initiative. Good.
I am still trying to remember.
Okay.
I don't only roll net ones. I also roll 2s.
Okay, so on your character sheet, are Enigma, you're using D&D Beyond?
No, I'm doing.
Roll20. On Roll20, so there's 3 kind of panels. One's got your stats and skills. The middle one's got your hit points and your attacks and things. It's in the middle at the top there. Initiative, yes.
Okay. Mine played really weird because it rolled advantage and
I thought you got initiative on it, or advantage on initiative rolls because of the magic whip.
Yeah, okay. So 17 is correct. I'm just
17
the
is
fact
correct. We'll
that it's
take your
showing a
damage.
red. I rolled a 16 and I rolled a 1.
Yes.
And it's showing red from the lower roll. That's the weird one.
Yes. All right. Enigma, you are going to react first. Everybody remember to select your tokens before rolling initiative. I'm so proud of you all.
Yep. I mean, mine's been selected, but yeah.
I actually didn't. I had to fix it.
Ah! Okay.
I made a
But you
point of
remembered
clicking
after
on
the
it first,
fact.
so it was already selected, but I made a point of clicking on it first.
Okay, Enigma, you go first. He has just tried to bite and sort of infect Mirik. What are you going to do?
I'm probably gonna throw my Shadow Blade, see if I can hit his hands.
Okay. Okay, now tell me again what you're trying to do. You're using your Shadow Blade. That's going to hit. And actually at 21, you were trying to do a targeted shot. That will hit too. So you are
Yeah.
trying to strike specifically at his hands?
Yeah, so we can still get information out of him.
Okay, give me some damage. So that's also a non-lethal attack. Okay, give me some damage.
I'm trying to remember where damage is.
If you click in the chat where it shows the 21 and then it shows the Shadow Blade level 2, if you click on the Shadow Blade level 2, it will do the damage. 5. Now, one of the things you notice is this guy seems really strong. In some ways, he seems stronger than you guys individually. Okay, anything else? Enigma, are you going to move or use a bonus action?
No, I think I'm good where I'm at.
Okay, Adric.
Okay, so I am going to move up to him, pulling out both of my daggers. I'm going to do my first attack.
Okay, that will hit.
Before I use my bonus action to use 2-weapon fighting, does it seem like how badly injured is he?
Mildly.
Okay. So the second attack, I'm gonna flip the blade around on the dagger and try to hit him with the blunt end with the handle.
Okay. Give me a dagger attack. We'll take it as bludgeoning damage if it hits. That does not hit. That kind of misses. It kind of goes down the side and it kind of hits along his shoulder and drags down along the shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Adric?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right. So, okay. As we're doing this, so he is going to let out kind of an oddly sounding, oddly resonant snarl. And he is going to attempt to break out of the grasp. So this will be a contested, I think, let's see, Sigel's the most recent with grasp on him, so this will be contested with Sigil. If you would give me athletics, please, if you wish to contest this. Okay, so he kind of breaks free. Now we're going to get some opportunity attacks because he did that and did not disengage. So, basically everybody can attempt an attack of opportunity here as he moves away.
17 hit.
17 will hit. 15 will hit. 22 will hit. So let's see, 6 and 7, so 14, 20, 24. That will hit. Give me your damage. Give me your damage, Enigma. Good lord! Okay, 24, 34, 37 hit points. So it looks as all of this, as he goes struggling past, and as everyone is striking into him all at once, and Enigma's shadow blade just comes out and seems to carve into him. He seems to kind of fade, and a mist sort of envelops the group. And as the mist lifts, as the mist lifts, it would help if I was on the correct level. Instead of Laszlo being there, hang on, I need.
Wait, that was Laszlo?
Oh,
Laszlo?
sorry. You didn't hear me say that. Eric, as Eric left. Oops. Yes, someone's going to recognize him. I heard nothing. Absolutely not. All right. As the mist leaves, and so he sort of staggered down to the ground, kind of fell to the ground. The mist came over, and as the mist lifted, standing basically a pace and a half away, you see these guys instead. I will put them on his, they'll stay in his turn order, and he is gone. Single!
Well, I'm assuming he's more than 30 feet away. Like, so she's gonna move up.
You don't know, but you don't see him.
Yeah. Point is, it's not gonna be a valid target for this, but I see 4 targets that are.
Yes.
She's going to blow a charge of her breath weapon for Dragon Fear. The Wiz saving throw against DC Charisma is that's DC 12, I think. Yeah.
DC 12.
DC 12.
All right. So let me see here. Do I have set up for group check here? Let me see. Do I have macros set up for group check? I do not have macros set up for group check. Pity.
Right.
All right. So let's see. This is DC. Where's
12.
12? And I'm sorry. What was it again? A con save? No,
Wiz.
fear. Wisdom save.
As she goes up to them and just roars at them.
Okay, and this is against fear.
Yep.
Okay, they're not mind fear.
Well, frightened, but yeah.
They're
Ow.
not immune to fear either. All right. So the first ghoul over here is frightened. Ah! Where's the little frightened symbol here? There's the frightened symbol. Okay, he's frightened. Next.
I'm looking at it. It doesn't actually say what kind of action it is, but I'm assuming it's the same kind as a breath weapon, which is a regular action.
Yes.
So, double check my spells.
I'm gonna move all of this up a little bit on the map. There we go. Let's get a little more central.
She's going to cast Divine Favor.
All right. Okay. And you glow with a radiant light.
Or at least her scythe does.
At least her scythe does. Okay. It was action and bonus action. Any
Yep.
movement?
Just what she did before the roar.
Okay. Brings us to Merlin.
This bad. So, if I can get to my sheet right, I plan on casting Moonbeam.
Yeah, I'll double click on your token. Should open up your sheet. And then go ahead.
I'm struggling. Please hold.
Okay. Yeah, and you want to cast Moonbeam, you said?
Yes, I keep having to switch windows to talk and things. I should have just done Discord on my phone.
Would you like me to click it for you? Nope, you got it. Con saves! Alright, against radiant damage.
And the one that failed, it makes it with advantage, I believe.
Fear? You can double check that for me, if you would please.
I just did it.
Doesn't matter, these all
Now
fail.
you can away from the,
Doesn't matter, every one of them fails. So, alright, so we've got 5 foot radius. Oh, 5 foot radius. Actually, it doesn't matter. It'll be right here in the middle and it happens to get all of them. Just perfectly. 40 foot high cylinder. Aura for the first time. Damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful. Shape changer. There aren't any shape changers. Okay. So I need to take off. What was it? Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Okay. So, but not saves yet. That was 7 damage. All right, and these guys are very, yeah. The glow, the moonbeam, that glow of a moonbeam hit hard.
Radiant damage, yes.
Okay.
So that moonbeam stays.
Yep.
Yep.
I forget how to do the little thing that shows where I put stuff down.
Oh. Let's see.
Technically,
Area of effect templates. I didn't mean to open that. Let's see. Area.
Yeah, reading
Templates.
over it again. They don't take damage yet, technically.
Oh, there you got it. Perfect.
Until when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
They're all going to start their turn there and it's going to come up, so I went ahead
Yeah.
and did it. Now, you can put it right there and get all 4 of them. And not get sickle. The little bit of a touch is enough.
Okay, so she's her true nature isn't her. I mean, what?
I'm sorry, say what?
Her true nature isn't her. I mean, what?
I'm still not catching what you said. Her true nature what?
Isn't being revealed. I mean, what?
Whose true nature isn't being revealed?
Seagull. Is it?
Oh, because Sigel's not affected by the moonbeam. Yes.
I've used it around a shapeshifter party member too many times.
Aren't you in your true nature anyway? In any case, anything else, Merlin? That was your action.
So the damage isn't going to take place until the starts of their turns. So
Yeah, but I've already taken care of it, so I don't have to look back later. That was your action. Do you have a bonus action or movement you wish to do?
I don't have any bonus actions to do, so I guess I
Okay.
just moved away a bit, and that's it.
Okay, and the ghoul will take a swipe at you. 14, I believe, will miss. Yes, it misses. So it took a swipe at you with a claw and it missed. Okay, Mirek.
Well, I am very limited in options. Well, I could. I don't want to touch the moonbeam, you know.
Well, so 3 of
I.
them are sticking out of the moonbeam.
Yeah. I suppose. Are they. 2 of them have different avatars. Are there any discernible difference in their
Okay, there's one.
strength?
You would have to give me at a glance, the ghouls, these guys appear to be a little hardier, but you would have to roll like a history check or something if you wanted to know what you remember. Oh, that's a good question. Let's see here. One.
Which one should I be more afraid of?
The ghouls.
Okay.
The zombies are weaker
I-
than the ghouls.
Will go down and attack this ghoul.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, that is a ghoul. And it is
And,
frightened.
well, that's great. I love fighting people who are afraid for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
That comes off very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack him twice with my monk unarmored strike.
Okay, that's a hit. For 5, that's a hit.
For 12 damage.
So a total of 12 damage. Okay, he is looking very rough. I mean, practically a bee sting would probably take him down.
And that would be my turn.
All right, Enigma.
Let's see. I think if I remember reading this right, I'm starting to really like this the sword.
Mm-hmm.
I could throw it, and that's my bonus action.
I think if you
One bonus
throw it, it's your action, and the bonus action will retrieve it, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is nice, because
So-
then you don't have to be in melee range, and you're a squishy mage.
Yeah, I don't want to be too squishy. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the Shadow Blade on the ghoul on the. I can't target it for some reason.
Okay, and let's see. How do you pull to your Shadow Blade before? So it would essentially be a bonus action to cast it, to invoke it, and you would throw it. You could use your bonus action at the beginning of the next round to retrieve it.
Right. I probably have to retrieve it because I did kind of throw it at the guy.
That's right, you did.
Uh,
So it's already there. So you've got your bonus action to retrieve it, and you can use it to throw again.
Okay.
I
So I'm
love
gonna throw
Shadow
it at
Blade.
this ghoul right here.
Okay.
So let me get to that page.
That's a hit. Good lord!
These guys are having a rough time.
They are! That's 12. Good lord, you guys are just carving them down. Our squishy mage is doing some serious damage here.
Yeah, I think for my bonus I can pull the blade back out of him.
Okay. Do you have any movement you wish to do?
No, I'm trying to stay away from the moonbeam.
Okay, Adric.
Almost tempted to step into that moonbeam. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to go over here. That is 25 feet of movement.
Yep.
I'm going to attack this guy over here with my dagger.
Okay. Oh, and that will miss. You aimed for his kneecap, and that wasn't where his knee was.
In that case, I will use my bonus action to attack him with the other deck.
Okay. Oh, there's the kneecap. Give me some damage. Okay, so he isn't down yet, but the sizzling of his flesh from the moonbeam, it's clear he will be down as soon as it starts his turn.
All right, then I won't waste my sneak attack damage.
You could to take him down now rather than technically take him down with the thing. That's entirely up to you.
Merlin would know that ghouls are really bad, right?
Yes.
He would advise people to get them down as quickly as possible.
They're
I
doing
used-
exactly that, yes. All right, that will be enough to completely take it down.
That's my turn.
All right. It is their turn. They're all going to take the damage that I got. Let's see. Enigma's the one that really hurts, so this one is going to head over to try and attack Enigma. This one is going to step out of the moonbeam. I mean, zombies aren't that smart, but they're not that stupid either. So that one's going to step out of the moonbeam to attack Adric. And this one is going to step out of the moonbeam to attack Sigil. So we are going to start with the attack on Enigma. And he is going to strike at you with his claws.
Ooh. It's gonna hit.
That is a hit. Give me a constitution save, please. That's probably not that stupid.
Nothing bad about being squishy.
But that is successful enough, so you're not paralyzed. But you do take the 7 slashing damage. Alright, so the next one is the one against Adric, as the zombie comes up and slams into you and doesn't, trips over you instead. And the one coming up against Sigil. Sigil, I don't think that hits. Oh, it does hit you. No, wait, I was looking at the wrong thing. Clicked on the wrong thing. No, it does not hit you. Alrighty!
16.
I was accidentally clicking on the ghoul instead. Alrighty, that brings us to you. Speaking of Sigil, that brings us around to you.
Got her. Which one just took a swing at her?
This zombie right here.
The bottom.
Yep, this one went for Enigma, and it looks like it's on its last legs.
Marlin's got that one. She's gonna retaliate at the one that attacked her.
Okay.
It's always personal.
It is always personal. Give me some damage. Good lord, that's a hit.
How healthy does this guy look before the attack?
Pretty healthy. So it looks like it took the moonbeam took down about a third of his health. So that's gonna take 12 total there.
Yeah, she smites with her divine favor, and so that's
Alrighty.
slashing, radiant, and force damage.
Good. Okay, he's now on his last legs, but it's still up. What else would you like to do?
I want to spend the spell slot on my...
6 seconds.
Yeah, she's not gonna use her bonus action, and she's just gonna stay here, so... End of turn.
Okay, Merlin!
I guess I'll move besides Enigma to present another target,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to have to use my action to move the moonbeam.
And where are you moving it to? The ghoul. Okay.
Moving the moonbeam takes my action, so.
You have a bonus action you'd like to do?
How does Enigma look?
Enigma's looking okay. He's looking wounded, but he's looking okay. And you would know enough that ghoul is going to die at the start of its next turn from the moonbeam. So it won't have a chance to do anything to Enigma.
Yeah, okay, then I'll just stand here, shield up, and wait for another chance.
Okay. Merrick. You have a zombie's back
Yes.
presented to you if you like.
Sorry, I have a half cookie in my mouth.
Yeah, that and the candy corn melting in memes making me hungry.
How does this healthy zombie back look? As in, how healthy is he?
He's on his last legs.
Boring. It's more fun hitting people who can fight back.
Mm-hmm.
How about the lower zombie?
Much healthier. If a zombie could be said to be healthy.
That is fair. That is fair.
Cohesive?
I
I
missed
suppose.
that, Amy?
Much more cohesive?
Yes.
Intact?
More intact, cohesive. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I suppose I will hit the dying zombie with one strike and maybe fail.
And fail utterly. Okay.
Well, great.
It still
Third-
didn't
third
even
nat
notice
one.
you.
Third nat one of the night. I hit it again.
Oh lordy, that will probably put it out of its misery. Give me some damage.
That was what I was hoping.
It is out of its misery. You think that you know that is enough to put it out of its misery.
Well, that
Hang
ruined my
on,
plan a little bit.
5 plus the damage taken. And yet somehow the thing is still up. That was enough to put it out of its misery, and somehow the thing is still up.
Can I make maybe a nature check to see
No
if
one
I
would
have
have told
any
y'all
chance
about
of killing
that.
it?
Merlin would have told y'all about how zombies can.
They're easy to hit and hard to kill.
Pretty much.
Haven't you guys encountered zombies yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
encountered
back
a
in
zombie
Flan right
hand.
before
Yeah.
we got teleported.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, and you had the ones that the hands fell off of.
yeah.
And kept attacking, yes. Okay,
Wow.
so you have movement left. How are you going to move?
I suppose not. He's
Okay.
gonna hit me anyway.
It's worth mentioning that Seagull attacked with a slashing weapon against the zombie.
Yes, it is, I think. No, it isn't.
Oh.
Nope.
She probably sliced large sections of it off with that attack.
Yep, that's probably true. No hands fell off, though, to keep attacking you. Enigma, we are back to you. You can use your
Alright.
bonus action to retrieve your Shadow Blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve my Shadow Blade from that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Merlin about to moonbeam that one, so I'm not gonna be worried about that. This one down here, on the other hand, I'm gonna go ahead and firebolt him.
Okay, give me your attack. It would actually be at oh, it doesn't matter. Well, no, it would possibly hit. It is at disadvantage because you have an opponent in melee. So when you're doing a ranged attack, the melee bad guy can kind of get in your way. So it would be a disadvantage. Please roll it again.
Hello. There we go. Oh, that's a really bad one.
It still hits. Like I said, zombies are really easy to hit. So give me some damage from the firebolt.
Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. There we go.
Okay. Now, is there anything about
I think zombies be weak against fire.
That does make sense rationally,
Okay.
though I struggle to see the rationality in D&D.
Yeah, you know, it's,
I believe we went over this last time, and they should be vulnerable to radiant.
yes.
That's right. That's right.
Which is part of why Sigil used Divine Favor.
Yes.
And then roll a 1 on her Radiant die.
Yep.
Even if they're not vulnerable, I think radiant magic is one of the only ways to circumvent their undead fortitude.
Crits.
The way they get back up.
Radiant and crit.
Not fire?
Not fair. Okay, so Enigma,
Well-
you've used your bonus action and your action. Do you have a movement you would like to do?
I think I'm gonna stay right here.
And avoid the op attack from the ghoul. That's a good thing. Adric.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step over here, and as I do that, I'm gonna switch out one of my daggers that I'm wielding with the silver dagger that I've got,
Okay.
just in case.
Okay.
And then I will attack, and probably miss.
And probably, but zombies are very easy to hit, but that doesn't hit it.
Okay, and then I will do my bonus action to attack again.
That definitely hits. For 7 damage. Okay, you're whittling this thing down to size, but it is still standing in front of you. Anything else you wish to do?
Oh, that's it. I don't have anybody next to him, so I can't use sneak attack.
Alright, so it is these guys' turn, and this ghoul immediately dies from the moonbeam. Oh, come on. There we go. I kept selecting the moonbeam.
Huh.
Alright, so let's see. Sigil is using Radiant and is the larger threat here, even though Myrick brought this guy down within an inch of his life. So this zombie's going to attack Sigil, and this one is going to turn and attack Adric. Let's see. So the first one will be against Sigil, and the second one against Adric. I think both of those hit.
-7.
That's
like
Amore moving is giving it to Fry. I love it. Okay, that is their turn. They are not going to move. So that brings us back around to Sigil.
Yeah, I'm just going to do 14 hit.
Hits, absolutely. Okay. So that makes that a
Do I need to roll the rest of the damage?
Do you need to roll what?
The rest of the damage. I rolled the Divine Favor.
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Because the amount of damage, so mechanically the amount of damage affects the difficulty rating for the con save, for the zombie's con save. He's still at 1 hit point.
There is radiant damage in there.
There is radiant damage in there, never mind.
That's why I was asking about
Yes!
the rest of the damage.
No, you are right, you are right, you are right. Radiant damage in there, he's dead. Thank you. We had just had that conversation 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
Alright. That was...
It's fine. And end of turn.
Alright, Merlin.
I'm gonna do the smart thing and leave room for Moonbeam.
Okay? Merlin. Deku? Okay, I see the moonbeam. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you roll its damage. Because this zombie might have enough health to survive it. Nope, it does. Good lord, with a roll like that, no, it's not going to survive that when it comes around to it. Okay, anything else, Merlin?
I guess I would use my movement to move in the way Eric went to start tracking him.
Okay, well, he basically disappeared right there.
Disappeared as in mystified and fucked off?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, so if you want to make a survival check to start looking for tracks, that's certainly fine.
I guess let me move there real quick.
Or we can start with that next time, because we're going to call it at the end of this combat here. But
Okay. Well,
mystified
I moved,
as to
so
where he
that's
went.
my
Oh,
turn.
Lord. Oh. Okay, so you know that the moonbeam's going to take care of the zombie, and you're focused on Eric again. All right. Merrick, you guys are familiar enough with the moonbeam now. It might. It gives a stronger flare. The zombie seems to be frying more than usual. You know it is highly likely that this thing's just going to die. Although you may come in and hit at it if you wish.
I punch it anyway.
Okay, go for it. Give me your
I
attack.
am Mirror Draft. I punch.
You are Merrick Tree Puncher. Okay, are you gonna do a
harm in
second
double
attack?
tap.
I'll just punch it once.
Okay, it's not down yet.
I'm good at leaving it there.
Okay, Enigma.
It was personal.
Okay, you did not use your Shadow Blade last time, so you don't need to use your bonus action to retrieve it yet, unless you throw it now. What do you wish to do?
Yeah. It's a little too far for me to throw it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna magic missile him, just for the heck of it, just to make sure.
You can always move.
Okay. So do you wish to move and redo that with your Shadow Blade?
Yeah, good.
All
To
right.
be on the safe side.
Okay.
Move right there. That's
Okay. Attack with the Shadow Blade. Yeah, stay out of the
more luck
moonbeam.
with it. Oh, I had that disadvantage.
An 8 will hit. Give me your.
Yeah, might as well.
14. Okay. Okay, it is still standing.
I
Stubborn
think
thing.
Uncle John said that.
All right. And you can use then your bonus action to retrieve it. Adric.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
At
gonna
this point,
dagger him.
it's pretty certain the moonbeam will kill him. He's been taken down quite a lot. That will
And then
miss.
Dagger him again.
That will hit. Give me the down. I'm still standing. Okay, a 6.
I mean, hit your snake. But yeah.
11. All right, 11. It dies.
It's just
Surprise.
only one beam.
It doesn't even die of the moonbeam. It failed its con save on that. It dies.
Oh, 12 there. 11 down.
Alrighty.
So
So quiet falls after this. Go ahead, please, Edric.
I've just got a rules comment that we can do afterwards.
No, this is a learning. This is a beginner's game and the
Okay.
learning thing. By all means, give me a rules comment.
So I have played a druid significantly and used Moonbeam a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast Moonbeam on a creature, it
Mhm.
takes the damage immediately because it is technically entering the space of the Moonbeam at that point.
And then it would take it again at the beginning
At the
of
beginning
its turn.
of its turn, yes.
Oh.
and then-
That's how
Oh.
I've seen it played in other games.
Yeah,
But
and
when I
when
first
you,
cast Moonbeam,
yeah,
That's
and
the
when you
first
move,
roll,
and when you move the Moonbeam, it is technically entering the space of the moonbeam again.
I like that. We will stick with that. I probably won't remember it, but Deku, you probably will.
Okay, so the next time I cast Moonbeam on top of something, that the
Yes.
target or targettes will take that damage upon casting.
Yes.
And then at the starts
Yes.
of their turns, they take the damage.
Yes. Making this a very devastating weapon.
Yeah, I've
It is.
seen it. I've seen other people like plop the spell down, move it away, and then move it back on top. But that doesn't work because the damage only works entering for the first time on a turn.
Yes.
So I know not to do that much.
Okay. So, yes, we are going to drop the curtain here, looking up after this. Give me a round of
after that, please.
something wisdom based. So let either
No.
perception or insight here.
I jinxed myself. Either way, I'm -1.
Oh,
Oh.
And you did.
Uh,
All right. And Enigma, yours?
I'll see what everybody rolled so I can roll something.
Well, we've got two 18s, a 16, and a 4.
Merrick shouldn't open his mouth.
Is busy looking at his real fucking. Yes, about moonbeams, absolutely. Okay. Oh! Enigma's busy watching Patrick looking in the rule book about moonbeams. So,
Now you guys know how it feels.
Sinkle and Merrick and Merlin, as you sort of think about it in the aftermath, you know, when the cap came off and he changed shape in front of you into a white, it was clearly an undead thing, clearly moving on, but you know, and then he disappeared and you had to fight the other things. But as quiet falls and you're about and you're thinking about what you saw, the white, I am going to give it to you this. Yes, Merlin still has the magic hat. The white matches the description of Laszlo, so I'm going to give you that. What I accidentally said earlier. The white does kind of match the description of Laszlo.
how fun.
Suspicious.
Alrighty.
So-
I told you guys, he's weird.
And Laszlo's. Didn't you see Laszlo's body at the campsite?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. We
Yes,
saw
you did.
somebody at the campsite.
Yes, oh, that's right. You did see the body, and you examined the body and all of that. So yes, this seemed to be the same body.
Huh.
How we found that body?
We got a fucking necromancer, and Merlin's not happy about that.
I mean,
Necromancer.
I don't quite remember what it was called, but I was thinking this at the start of the session. I'm just gonna roll way up the chat log. The forest
Mhm.
Oh.
was called Salich? Savlich?
Svalich. Svalich.
Falich?
Svalich.
I mean,
Woods.
Lich, you know, adjacent, skeleton necromancer. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take a quick look. I think we continue at level 4 again, but let me just double check the next. Yes, we're continuing at level 4 for a while.
Yeah, I think you said we were going to be at level 4 for quite a while.
Yes. Yes.
I
So,
also like that because I haven't really gotten to understand all of my abilities and traits yet.
yes. Now, Adventurers League, you can choose to level up at the end of basically each adventure if you want to, so you can level up very quickly.
But
part
this
of it
isn't the end.
but we're not doing Adventures League, and I want you to be able to go through the entire storyline. Plus, I'm mixing and matching pieces and parts of various different stories, and so tonight we've done part of 2 different storylines. But anyways, so we should be back on our normal schedule now because the fall rains have moved in. The smoke should be long gone, so it should be all good. Thank you guys for
Yay!
playing with
D&D.
Yes. So I'm gonna say good night to stream, and catch us next week at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time to see what these folks do with the information they have gained tonight.
Likely a lot of dumb stuff.
That's okay. We love dumb stuff.